today might turn into a day where you seem like you're experiencing a lobotomy. Might be a really good idea to have a brain change. I think all of us agree that we would like to see a world in which peace and harmony reign supreme, in which justice and equality were a natural way of relating to one another. The list can go on, but I think these initial ideas give you a feeling for what it is that we're actually here to accomplish in this lifetime. Others realize that too, and they are the meddlers. They're always meddling with all of the things out there that would distract us and cause us to actually look away from our inner being. And in the distraction also to distort the truth and have it appear to be a certain way. Well, here's the first incision. What's going on out there, we can't change from trying to change out there. I gave you some really key words there. But first, just to get an idea, this is really an inner experience that all of us are engaged in. This is where self-mastery really reveals itself to us, because we're caused to realize as long as we permit ourselves to be distracted by what's going on out there, we're going to stay connected to out there. As long as we allow ourselves to be distracted by all of the different things that we have surrounded ourselves with to give us a sense of self-confidence, we're going to stay connected because we aren't really changing the inner scape, the inner workings of who we are. Remember the song? Can I get a witness? Oh yeah. Can I get a witness? Well, can I? Okay, and I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to me. You see, because inside of me is that part of me that witnesses everything that's going on. It's called the observer. It's said to be connected to my higher self. And it's not one that gets involved in any kind of judgment or gets upset or distressed. It witnesses everything that's going on from within as well as my perception of without. If you can make, and you can, the connection to you, the observer, you're going to find that you then become at one with a part of you that will give you revelatory insight that will, in many instances, transform into immediate freedom. Now, all of us have known that in doing our inner work, we can become aware of something, some kind of blockage or an inner struggle that's going on, and just in the awareness, it becomes so crystal clear what it is that immediately we get the sense of freedom from it. And we didn't do anything about it. We didn't tinker with it. We didn't play with it. We didn't go to a doctor for it. We didn't go to another kind of doctor for it. We just found that who we are and who we are becoming connected together, and in that moment there was that clarity that it's much like A blinding flash of light dawns within you, and you see what it is for what it is, and in that moment, you experience a freedom from it. It no longer bothers you. Okay, there are many different ways that an approach to getting to this experience can happen. But I want to suggest something, and that is you try a radical approach. Now, radical today has been distorted, its meaning. If we go to Latin, radical simply refers to root. It is the root of whatever it is that you're experiencing. The root of a word, and many words contain different other words that they are combined with to create a new word. So in this, if we look at radical, we come to see, oh, okay, if we can get to the root of whatever it is that is causing what I am experiencing to be distorted, then I can come to that place of letting it go. Now, who are we? We're awareness. We really are beings who have different facets and abilities that all stream through our awareness. Many of these register as our perceptions about things. And our perceptions about things, if we're not paying attention, will be a combination of other things that we've learned that often result in this inner distortion, this inner struggle, this inner resistance. But if we look again and we allow ourselves to get quiet with it, go into the silence with it, we come to a place of realizing all of our perceptions come from awareness. Awareness is consciousness. That is the source of it. And that is a positive. What we have been trained to do with the logical mind is to try to discover the problem and then solve it. What I'm bringing to your attention today is radical in that it isn't going to the problem. It's going to that place in you, that place in me, where we become at ease and at peace being who we are and allow the streaming of all the things to pass before us until eventually we get to the place of not being affected by them. Another word that I would like to bring to your attention is contemplation. To contemplate something. It's made up of a combination of words too. But let me just bring another point to your attention, and that is meditation. Have you ever considered meditation as trying to fix something? Trying to make something happen? Trying to calm your thoughts down? Trying to stop thinking? Trying to get calm? Trying to become peaceful? Trying. Have any of you ever found that meditation is often quite challenging?
Yes.
And yet you still engage in it, right? And that's because, you see, that's part of our training. Our training is to try to make something happen. Try to get a difference up. Whereas contemplation is simply entering into a state of being. But let's look at it. Contemplate. Now, I'm not talking about pros and cons here now. I'm talking about the root word con, and that is to be with. To be with something. Seen is to be without something. So con, and then contemplate. What is a template? Any of you recall what a template is? It's a blueprint. You see, it's a pattern. It's making reference to our original blueprint of who we are. If we choose to be one with our blueprint, then we're going to be able to enter into the rhythm of our inner workings. there is a universal frequency that is vibrating all the time. If we choose to go within and become aware of that frequency, we can then start vibrating with it. Some have said, well, it seems to me the sound of Om best registers with who I recognize myself to be. And if I can in myself raise my rate of vibration to vibrate with that and raise that an octave or two or whatever, then I am in essence realizing my capacity to actually resonate with the frequency of universal life. If I can hold that frequency, then I am in a place to be at ease and at one instead of trying to make something happen. Eventually you get to a place in your awakening that you're able to meet anything and everything that comes to you with a sense of ease. It isn't to say that you don't do anything, but what it is to say is that you stop trying to do something, and you simply are in a state to where you naturally flow with it, and your doing is with those frequencies. It is with that harmony. It is with your ability to, without the limitation of trying, an effortless spirit of life begins to reveal itself to you with abundance. You see the abundance of solution, the abundance of well-being, the abundance of harmony. All of these are then available to us because we're available to them. So it begins to change the entire dynamics of what's happening in the world. It doesn't take many of us to reach this place of vibrating with this universal frequency, to change the outer structure of what is manifesting to try to keep us dumbed down. It isn't as if all of humanity has to reach a place of resonating with this absolute frequency. It just requires a number of us to be living it, to where then the distortion begins to shatter. And then, what happens? What was normal before any of this occurred then is revealed. You see, who we truly are is being kept from our attention by the constant distraction that we are paying attention to. So, then we go back to what I was saying originally in this. Imagine if all of the things that are constantly being flashed out there, the news, the use of sexism, the I did it, and all of this other nonsense that we then, because we are so dumbed down, try to emulate, if all of that disappears, then all of humanity becomes normal. We choose to act normal. We choose to honor each other. We choose to embrace each other. We choose to love each other. We choose to be the best that we can be because it is the natural way to be. It is effortless. It is something that causes us to genuinely feel good about us being us, feeling good, doing what makes us feel good. So, by this time, hopefully, The stitches have been put in place and the rest of your brain won't fall out. And you'll also begin to feel an attendant sense of well-being that resides within your heart. And if you want to really experience more of your heart as being the guiding influence in your life, then my encouragement to you is to contemplate contemplation. Because when that occurs with you, your mind becomes the true servant of your heart. Thank you for your attention. For more information about the Metaphysical Church of Enlightenment or the Rodin Foundation, please go to our website at www.rodin.org. If you have been inspired by the revelations shared in these podcasts, please donate to the Rodin Foundation's ongoing efforts to help others help themselves at www.rodin.org/donate.